In this experiment, we must first understand the background of what acids and buffers are and how pH is measured.
Weak acids partially ionizing water. This means their equilibrium is more reactant favored, which means more molecules and less ions. Weak acids will reach equilibrium slower and react more slowly in reactions compared to strong acids. Strong acids fully ionizing water. This means their equilibrium favors product more, which means lots of ions floating around in solution. Because of this, strong acids will reach equilibrium faster and react more quickly in reaction. pH is a measure of hydrogen ions in solution. For strong acids, they will have more hydrogen ions floating in solution, which means they have a lower pH compared to weak acids, which have less ions floating around. Buffers are a mixture of a weak acid and its conjugate base, or a weak base and its conjugate acid.
A buffer's pH is not affected by small amounts of acids or bases. Buffers work because they do not react with water, but will react with a strong base or acid. The buffer's weak acid will consume the strong base, while the buffer's weak base will consume the strong acid. When starting an experiment, decide what type of buffer you want to use for the 2-point calibration of the pH meter based on whether your solutions are acidic or basic.
Now that we have the proper background, we can start the experiment.
Remove the electrode from the storage solution and rinse with distilled water. Put the electrode into pH 7 buffer solution and wait for reading to stabilize. Click the calibrate button and enter 7.0 into the pH meter and click keep. Make sure the pH meter reads around 7.
Rinse the electrode and then place in the second buffer. For this experiment, pH 4 buffer was used. Wait for the reading to stabilize and enter 4.0. Make sure the reading is close to 4 before proceeding to your experiment. Now you can rinse the electrode and place it into a solution you want to measure. Stir the electrode gently and wait for the pH meter to stabilize before recording pH. Record the pH with all significant figures. Rinse and repeat for all samples. After you are done with your experiments, rinse the electrode with distilled water. Wipe the electrode gently and place it back into the storage solution. And that's how you use a pH meter.